Now that American Pharoah has won the Triple Crown,
I'm sorry.
What
I'll get up and leave then.
What will it cost to have your mare or your filly breed with American Pharoah? One time only.
So the breeding rights have been sold to Coolmore.
One barn stand.
I'm going to let you keep going because I think you already have the material prepared.
I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
list the jokes
off the top of my head.
It's not going to start out as high. It's not automatically going to be the highest. I would say, if I just had to guess, I would say, look, there's automatically going to be interest because he's a Triple Crown winner. So that will sort of, usually you have to prove yourself as a sire before you get into the $100,000, $200,000 range. But I think just having won the Triple Crown, I think you could start him at probably $50,000 and that would give him a full book. But he's going to have to prove, just because he's a good horse on the track doesn't necessarily mean it'll translate to future progeny. And a great example of that is the
future
last
what?
Progeny, offspring.
I thought you said something else. Okay.
And
I thought you said a word I'd never heard, protching. I don't know what. I thought that was the horse term for, you know.
I should have left when I had the chance. But no. The truth is, so when you looked at the breeding, Affirmed won the Triple Crown. Alidar finished second in all three races. Alidar ended up having a better breeding career. So there will be the demand.
From a money standpoint or from a progeny standpoint?
You got the word right, yeah, from a progeny standpoint. So yeah, it'll start out high, but it'll take a couple of years just to see how the offspring actually perform on the track.
What sort of impact does this have on racing? What sort of impact does it have on Arapahoe Park racing, do you
That's
think?
a tremendous question, because one of the questions going into the Triple Crown for the last several years was, will this save racing? Will this give racing a boost? And it certainly gives it the platform to. This is as an exciting time in horse racing as has ever been in my lifetime. The way I look at the moment, I compare it to sort of March Madness when Butler made the Final Four, VCU made the Final Four, and that with that platform, they were able to create programs that Butler still has a strong basketball team, VCU still does, and that moment sort of helped that springboard. So I think this is sort of a springboard, but it's going to be up to tracks like Arapahoe and around the country to take advantage of the moment. When American Pharoah runs, to make it just as big a deal as when he ran in the Triple Crown, to have Bob Baffert and Victor Espinoza at the forefront because they're the most recognizable people in racing. So if racing can take advantage of it, it'll be a huge opportunity for the sport. But it's not just automatic. You win the Triple Crown, this is big for racing. Sure. You have to take advantage of it.
Well, there's an expression in the United States, trickle-down effect.
Sure.
That would trickle down to tracks like Arapahoe Park, that people go, oh yeah, I think I want to go watch some horse racing they haven't done before. Tell us, this would be a good idea. Let's promote Arapahoe Park. You have to move it back. What am I supposed to ask him to promote? I promote your TV show, Arapahoe Park. He is the track announcer at Arapahoe Park, so you want to go out and you could actually meet Jonathan Horowitz, and if you're a woman, you can probably ask him for a date. So I'd like to promote your Twitter account, your TV appearances at Arapahoe Park. Would you go ahead and do that?
If you keep doing, we're going to have to put his name on the show. Okay.
So at Arapahoe Park, and then you saw also at the Celtic, big crowds following American Pharoah. And then the next day on Sunday, we sort of had the buzz continuing and another big crowd as well. And we race on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 9 races each day for quarter horses, thoroughbreds, and Arabians. First race at 1 o'clock through August 16th.
So people need to start getting out there.
Oh, absolutely. And
I'm going to drag his butt out there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Come up to the announcer's
Now that I
booth.
just won for you, I won a little bit for you.
He put a little bit down for me.
So now I'll take you out there, and between Jonathan, who can't really help, but Jonathan can at least get us a program or something, and you stick with me, kid. I'll make you some money.
You can give up the show soon.
What you have a TV show on Altitude?
We do. We have a new feature television show called Gates Open at Arapahoe Park. It airs on Altitude Sports on 6:30 and 11 on Thursday evenings, and it's about the behind the scenes of racing. So last week's episode leading up to the Triple Crown run, we had an interview with Penny Chenery looking back at Secretariat's Triple Crown just to sort of set the context for how difficult a feat it is. And then on this week's episode, we're focusing on Arabian racing because Arapahoe Park's one of the few tracks that runs Arabian races, and Arabians are the ancestors of all the thoroughbreds. So it's a way to showcase the great stories of our horses, like Miss Dixie, who you like, and some of the trainers and the owners. And when you come to the track, you see the racing, but with the TV show, you'll see all the hard work that went into getting the horses ready for the races.
And your Twitter account?
My Twitter is JJ Horowitz, JJHorowitz, and my phone number for all the prospective dates is